I'm asking you, are you here for court?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your name?
Name is spelled with all lowercase letters. Paul Christopher, semicolon, Counsel.
A competency hearing.
Yeah, the number is 3A0701006 THC.
Thank you. Is Mr. Stillwell on the Zoom call? There he is.
Yes, hello. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late.
Objection,
Hi
Mr.
there.
Stillwell does not
Okay.
represent me.
So your objection's noted.
Okay.
And then he has been appointed to represent you. Whether he continues in that or not, we'll see.
Is that Mr. Hartzell?
It is.
Negative,
Yep.
it is not.
Okay.
My name is Mr.
Well, okay,
Christopher.
you're going to need to, he was talking to me. He asked me a question.
Well, he
And
asked
so,
who's
hang on,
here,
just, that's not actually what he said. He said, is that Mr. Hartzell?
I'm not Mr.
And so, but he was asking me. So you don't answer when he's talking to me, all right?
Well, I have an objection. I'm gonna
Okay,
listen.
and
I
you're-
apologize for interrupting.
Thank you. Your objection is noted. Hang on, Mr. Stillwell, just a second. I just want to complete the record here. A competency order evaluation was signed quite some time ago. And so, and I understand Mr. Stillwell at this point, again, I don't want to, you're listed as Paul Christopher Hartzell. I know that's not how you go. I can't remember precisely how you phrase your name. I don't want to be wrong about that, but that's what's in the record now. That's going to stay there until, but I want to hear from Mr. Stillwell. You were going to say something?
Yes, Your Honor, just that we're here today for a competency evaluation. I don't believe one has occurred yet. The 1077 was issued, I believe, just in November, and I know Western State Hospital is taking about a year, if not more, to do out of custody competency evaluation. So this was set at the time of the issuance of the 1077, but it hasn't been, the evaluation hasn't taken place yet.
Okay. So, what's your understanding of what's happening here today, and what do you want to have
Somebody has
happen?
accused me of being insane. That's what the 1077 is proceeding to insanity or something like that.
No, it's not like that.
Procedural.
It's different.
Procedure.
And
What is
so,
it?
well, I'll explain it to you as best I can. And so, competency to stand trial and insanity are two different things. And competency to stand trial means you understand the nature of the offense and you're able to, you understand the nature of your offense and can assist in the defense. And that has been, anyone can make a motion to, if they have some concerns about that. And apparently that happened some time ago. That order was entered not by me. And so, you get evaluated by someone from Western State Hospital. They'll interview you and talk to you. And then they'll make a determination, or they'll make an opinion, say, no, this person does understand the nature of the offense and he is able to assist in his defense, even though you and your defense attorney may have different views on the Constitution and so forth. But nonetheless, this person is competent to proceed, but that's an evaluation that's done by Western State Hospital. Or sometimes we see people who are undergoing some fairly substantial mental health issues. No, this person really doesn't understand what's going on. And they're not able to assist in the defense, and then they're found not competent. And generally, most of the time, particularly in a case like this, the case gets dismissed, and that's pretty much the end of it. So that's where we're at right now. And so that order's been signed. That order's going to stay in place. And when Western State, again, it takes, or so far behind, it's taken for out of custody, it's taking quite some time to deal with. Then if they come back and say, yes, you're competent to go forward, you can talk about representation, get rid of your attorney, represent yourself. If you want to do that, that's fine. I've been doing this for a number of years and I've never seen anyone be very successful at that, but you can certainly do that if you wish to do that. So hang on, remember, you promised not to interrupt, I thought, and I was still talking. So don't do that.
Once again, I apologize.
Okay. And so what we're going to do today is we're just going to reset this for a period of, I don't know, we can go 3 or 4 months and just kind of check in and see where we're at. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you something that I don't know whether you know this or not, but someone with the name of your identifiers, similar identifiers, and the similar name, which is listed in the record, which I know you disagree with, has a warrant out of Lakewood Municipal Court. Are you aware of that? Okay. You probably want to take care of that. And because if you contact law enforcement, you could be arrested on that. And again, I know that you and probably law enforcement might have disagreement as to what your actual name is. But right now, someone with your identifiers in this case has a warrant also for criminal trespass in Lakewood Municipal, which is alleged to have occurred. These are just allegations. Well, this is no, say, I was going to say the day after, but it wasn't really, because the case you're here for was alleged to have occurred on November 7th of 2023. The Lakewood Municipal case was alleged to have occurred on November 8th of 2021. So, yeah, and that warrant's been out since February of 2022, and it's still there. And someone contacted that court that was issued on February 22nd, 2022. Someone contacted the court on October 2nd, 2023 to a telephone call from a third party, verified an active warrant, and that was it. There's been no, and I don't know who that was, whether that was someone on your behalf said from a third party or anyway, that warrant's out there and you need to deal with that. My next question is, have you been getting written notice of court hearings? Like you're here, thank you. Have you been getting mailed notice? Here's the other thing. So I know what you have said that Mr. Stillwell, this guy's not my attorney, and everyone's entitled to an attorney. We can appoint attorneys for people who qualify. At this point, he's been appointed to represent you. So I'm going to tell you something that you can take this at face value if you want. I'm going to give you the phone number for Thurston County Public Defense. His name is Jacob Stillwell, and you can speak with him. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Let me finish. My point is this. Sometimes, people enter these orders or asked to have these orders entered when people behave in a certain way. And I look to me like, and again, you may disagree with this, that you might have refused to come to court, wouldn't talk to anybody and stuff like that, which may not mean you just didn't want to talk to people, not necessarily you're not competent. And so if you can speak to Mr. Stillwell and if you can get him to understand that, maybe you do know what's going on, what the nature of the charges are and all that, even if you disagree with everything he says and everything I do, he may take a second opinion or on whether or not this 1077 is necessary. You can come back to court, withdraw the 1077 order, and get rid of him, represent yourself, and go forward on that, which may short circuit things a little bit and get things to resolution a little bit quicker. Now, I'm done. So, but we're going to be done here in a minute. We're going to set a court date. I'm going to give you that court date. It'll get sent to that address that you had said. Anything you want to say at this time?
Yes. I am one of the people of the state of Washington. It is my wish that this suit in equity no longer proceeds.
This what?
Suit in equity.
Okay. This is not that, but you can continue. Go ahead.
It is my wish that this case be dismissed immediately.
Okay. That's probably the wish of everybody who's appearing in court here today. Okay. But that request is going to be denied. And again, it's just for what it's worth. And, and I've have some experience with people who have the same view of yours. And, you just have you're wrong about a few things. This is not a suit in equity. It's just not. And I'm not going to go any further than that to explain to you what that is, but this is a criminal, other than to say this is a criminal charge filed by the prosecuting attorney's office in Thurston County, I think, yes. And a suit in equity is something completely different than that. But your motion to dismiss is denied. We're going to give you a court date, and then And again, I would encourage you at least just to talk to Mr. Stillwell. You might be able to reach some understanding of how to go forward on this. But you don't, I shouldn't be in the advice giving business where I'm at here right now, but that's the advice I would give to you. Mr. Fortunato, do you have anything you wish to add at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
One more thing.
Sure.
Just to clarify, that wasn't a motion, that was a wish.
Okay.
And since my wish wasn't granted, I would like to make a counterclaim.
We're not, okay. So, hey,
Pick it up right here.
okay. So you can keep that, you can take that with you.
I mean, you guys can take it.
What's that? No, but I don't want it. And it's not, it's not going to be, what's that? It's not that I don't want it, but it's not going to be filed.
Well, as long as it's on the record that
Okay.
I made my claim.
That's it.
And I have the video evidence right here of the surprise hearing I had with Mr. Wool. So,
The surprise hearing.
yeah, there was a hearing on the 13th where I told him I was one of the people of the state of Washington.
Well, I guess that's one thing we have in common. I've lived my whole life here, so I thought so. Was that the 30th, November 30th?
13th?
Of what month?
November.
I see you're here on November 9th.
I was not here on November 9th.
No, there was a hearing on November 9th. I don't
Yeah,
see
without
anything.
me present, and I was very sad about that. I also wasn't heard on the 8th either.
All right.
My first hearing was on the 13th.
If I may interject, I'd be happy to make my way over to court and talk to my client there and help clarify any questions he's got.
You can talk to me, but I'm not your client.
Well,
Yeah, there was a hearing on the 13th, and it still disturbs me today that hearing is not being acknowledged.
yeah, I'm not saying there wasn't. I'm just saying I don't see it in the docket.
Okay.
So go ahead, Mr. Stillwell, if you want to come over here and talk to him. Actually, I want to give that to him. Here's your notice. Actually, you can go ahead and give that to the clerk. We'll just put it in the file, just so it doesn't get lost. Your next court date is going to be June 21st. Here, I'll give you that. June 21st at 9 a.m. And we'll see. And then Mr. Stillwell is on his way over. And
by the way, I do know what that thing with Lakewood's about. That's what I tried suing.
I don't know what that's about.
I do.
I just know that
They
you
have
have,
the wrong-
okay, I just know that you have a warrant or someone under this name who has a warrant. And so,
I will honor getting that settled, because that's why I came to the Superior Court in the first place, is to get that settled.
okay. There you go. You're free to go. And again, Mr. Stillwell's apparently on his way over here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, at least to talk to him. And that's it for today. You're welcome.